Hello, scientists! Today, we're going to learn about something we use every single day. It's called force. Can everyone say force? A force is a push or a pull that makes things move. When you push a toy car, pull a wagon, or kick a ball, you're using force. By the end of our lesson, you'll be force experts. Can you think of something you pushed or pulled today? Let's learn the two main forces. A push moves something away from you. Everyone pretend to push a big box. A pull brings something closer to you. Now pretend to pull a wagon. Great job! Push away, pull toward. Would opening a drawer be a push or a pull? Look around this slide. We can find forces everywhere. Opening a door uses force. Kicking a soccer ball uses force. Riding a bicycle uses force. Pulling a zipper uses force. Forces are happening all around us every day. Which picture shows a pull? Which picture shows a push? Let's look at some examples of pushing. When you push a door, it opens. When you push a shopping cart, it rolls forward. When you push a toy car, it moves. When you push a swing, it goes higher. A push helps objects move away from you. Now let's look at pulling. Pulling a wagon brings it toward you. Pulling a drawer opens it. Playing tug of war uses pulling. Pulling a zipper closes your jacket. A pull brings objects closer to you. What else do you pull at home or school? Scientists use pictures and diagrams to explain ideas. This slide reminds us that forces act on many different objects. Balls, bicycles, toys, and many other things move because of force. No matter the object, a push or pull can make it move. Did you know force can change the direction of something? Watch a soccer player kick a ball. The ball changes where it's going because of the force from the kick. The stronger the kick, the bigger the change. Have you ever kicked or thrown a ball and watched it change direction? Forces don't just move things, they can change shape too. When you stretch a rubber band, it changes shape. When you squeeze Play-Doh, it changes shape. When you press a sponge, it squishes. Forces can stretch, squeeze, press, and bend objects. Many forces help us every day. Riding a bike uses force. Pushing a swing uses force. Holding a book uses force. Kicking a soccer ball uses force. Forces help us play, work, and learn. Which useful force do you use the most? Let's see how often we use force. Pedaling a bike uses force. Pushing a swing uses force. Stacking books uses force. Kicking a ball uses force. Without force, many things couldn't move. What is one thing you did today that used force? Scientists like to ask questions. When we use force, we can ask, what happened? Did it move? If something moved, stopped, changed direction, or changed shape, a force was probably involved. What happens when you pull a toy wagon? Let's remember our big idea. Everyone say it with me. Force equals a push or a pull. Pushes and pulls can move objects, stop objects, change direction, change shape. Fantastic, scientists! Now it's time for our force quiz. Let's see how much you've learned. Listen carefully and raise your hand when you know the answer. Ready? Scientists, let's go! Question 1. What is a force? Is it a color, a push or a pull, a type of animal, or a toy? The correct answer is B. A force is a push or a pull. Great job following along with today's video lesson. Let's move on to our next question. Which of these actions is an example of a push? If you guessed pushing a shopping cart, you are correct. That is a perfect example of a push. Now, let's look at this one. Which action is an example of a pull? The correct answer is pulling a wagon. You're doing a great job identifying these forces. Think about what a force can do. Can it make an object move, stop it, or change its direction? The answer is all of the above. A force can make an object move, stop it, or change where it is going. Next question. Which of these is an example of a useful force? Riding a bicycle is a great example of using force for a helpful purpose. What happens when you squeeze a sponge? Think about what occurs to the object's shape. That's right! The sponge changes shape. Forces are very good at altering how objects look. Finally, is it true or false that forces are everywhere and we use them every day? It is true. We use forces constantly throughout our day. Thank you for watching this video on force.